So lovely looking shot, quality shot. And the squaring guy just couldn't hold it in. You should have said, marvellous shot. Oh, it's the marvellous shot. Oh, there. No question about that. That's what Sri Lanka will need now. The more of them. Ah, clearly! Now I think he feels that he's got his man. That was a swift piece of stopping by Leon Dumasa.
Was he overbalanced this time?
বাংলাদেশের কি দেশ খেলা? হ্যাঁ, বাংলাদেশের কি দেশ খেলা?
শ্রীলঙ্কা।
শ্রীলঙ্কা।
We have a stopping. Kick the three, Santiago is good. Please start with the side on. Oli. Every time, please. Emma, can you zoom that please? Can you zoom that in please? Zoom it. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Establish whether the booth is in the air. Yeah, everybody? Yeah. The booth is grounded. Clearly grounded. And I have a vision for the giant screen. Well, relief. Not out goes up on the big screen here, much to the relief and delight of the Sri Lankan supporters, but really threw him out. That would have been prize wicket. Backs away, short, asked to be punished, but I think he could have done a little better.
Yeah, Patum Nisarga did well to recover quickly. Despite the overbalanced front set, he was playing with a decent stride in, was able to recover, but he is big and absolutely prevented push into the side. Nine shape.
Now, it's controlled straighter. You've got to hit it too hard. Look for the second round. That throw is a little wide. Whoa, how cheeky was that from the shot? Back flicking it and hitting the stumps. 10 overs have been completed. It's 6-6 for 4.
Station শুধু ওয়েস্টার্ন ডাইল দেখুন নতুন ডাল বাউন্স রেডিও নিজে বাউন্স দেখাও নতুন সানসেল ক্রিম এতে আছে হাজারো ক্রিয়েটিভ বুস্টার্স চুল দেখায় দ্বিগুণ ঘন আর বাউন্সি নিজে বাউন্স দেখাও সানসেল পিঙ্ক ভিটামিন সি আর গ্লিসারিনের সাথে নতুন লাক্স যা ত্বককে করে কোমল আর দেয় ব্রাইট গ্লো ট্রাই করুন লাক্স
এই অবস্থায় পড়তে না চাইলে ব্যবহার করুন রেইনবো ড্যাম্প প্রোটেক্ট লাস্ট রুমের ইমালশন ঢাকায় দেওয়া থাকে ড্যাম্প প্রুফ রেইনবো পেইন্টস কালার অফ চয়েস
বিকাশে পল্লী বিদ্যুৎ বিল প্রথম
20 টাকার অফার আজই নীল বিকাশ করুন এলো নতুন সার্ফেক্সেল টার্বোফিন টেকনোলজি যুক্ত যা 100 অ্যাক্টিভ করে এক ওয়াটে এখন নতুন মডেল
চলছে ভাই
দেখা যাচ্ছে না বলে নেই নাকি পানিতে থাকা আয়রন ও সীসা ফোটালেও যায় না দেখাও যায় না
ফ্লুইড ফ্লাসে দূর করে ভাইরাস ব্যাকটেরিয়া এবং নতুন যুগের দূষণ
তুমি চাইলে সব পারবে একজন মা তার মেয়েকে সম্পূর্ণভাবে মজবুত করে তোলে আর অ্যালোভেরা ও মিল্ক প্রোটিন যুক্ত লাইফ বয় শ্যাম্পু চুল করে ন্যাচারালি স্ট্রং নতুন লাইফ বয় শ্যাম্পু মাত্র 2 টাকায়
রুই মাছ ভাজা কিন্তু এই তেল চর্বি একবার ধুলে পরিষ্কার হবে না তাহলে একবার আমি ধুয়ে দিচ্ছি আর একবার তুমি
ডান নতুন গ্রিন লিকুইডে আছে 100% যা মাছ মাংসের কঠিন তেল চর্বি পরিষ্কার করে এক ছোঁয়াতেই
এবার তুমি
আরে তেল চিটচিটে ভাব গায়ে
জানি
দেখতে তো ভালো, খেতেও ভালো। চকলেট বিরাট ক্যারামেল ও ক্রোকাসের দারুণ কম্বিনেশন এলো সিক্সার্স চকলেট কোটেড বার। ওটাই বেশি চিকেন যেদিন থাকে টেস্টিং সল্ট করতো দারুণ স্বাদের চপ চিকেন স্ট্যান্ড নুডলস।
Shabbat the off spinner. Enough turn. Beat the bat.
Amir in the second T20, after 10 overs, Sri Lanka was 67 for 4. Very, very similar situation. They do not want to repeat what happened in that game. They really want to come out fighting. Again. Not quite sure of the shot, not quite sure of the turn. They don't say it's impacting outside, so I'm going to bother about going upstairs for a review.
Isn't it surprising from the Sri Lankan batters? They're struggling against the spin. They're looking to play the spinners from the crease. Yeah, and taken. Wicket number 4 for the off spinner. Bangladesh is way ahead in this game.
This is the big one. This is the big fish. Badam Nisanka half-heartedly pushing at that one. Not quite sure of the length. Not quite sure of the little purchase. Look at this. Easy as the come and well taken. Sheikh Mehdi Hassan is on fire. Destroying the Sri Lankan batting here. Badam Nisanka, 46 he scored. It's 6-6 for 5.
ফাইনাল দিচ্ছে 125 টাকা ছাড়। জিল্লার বোর্ডে KFC, পিৎজা হাট, শিলংস, শুজ হট কেক, ম্যাচেক ও আরো অনেক অপশনে 125 টাকা ছাড়।
ডাভ কি সাবানের থেকে আলাদা? জানতে ডাভ ফেস টেস্ট ট্রাই করুন। আপনার সাবান আর ডাভ নিন, একদিকে সাবান দিন আর অন্যদিকে ডাভ। সাবানের দিকটা রুক্ষ লাগে কারণ সাবান ত্বককে রুক্ষ করে দেয়। ডাভের দিকটা নরম ও কোমল কারণ ডাভ সাবানের থেকে আলাদা। এর 1/4 ময়েশ্চারাইজিং ক্রিম দেয় নরম, কোমল ও উজ্জ্বল ত্বক। তফাৎটা বুঝতে আজই ডাভ ব্যবহার করুন।
চিকেন স্যুপের হয় না কারো লেট, যেদিন থাকে টেস্টিং সল্ট করতো দারুণ স্বাদের চপ চিকেন স্ট্যান্ড নুডলস।
সবার জন্যই ভালো চপস্টিক ইনস্ট্যান্ট নুডলস। তোমাকে দেয় 6 গুণ বেশি ফ্রেশনেস। এখন ট্রিপল ফ্রেশ ফর্মুলার সাথে মুখের কোনায় কোনায় পরিষ্কার করে জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা দেয়। 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস।
A lot of butterflies in the stomach. Once hurried on that one, which was a quicker one.
There were eyebrows raised, and people were asking why Mehdi Hassan Miraj. Mehdi Hassan Miraj has been sent out in this game. Now he got the answer. He was doing a decent job with the ball, Miraj, but he wasn't picking up wickets. But here, Mehdi Sheikh, not only 1, 2, 3, has picked up 4 wickets.
One ball and he finishes his quota 4 for 11. Sheikh Mehdi, that's a wicket making. Top it all, the best bowling figures for him in T20 internationals. It's 6-6 for 5.
চেকমেট। বাচ্চারা তো সবসময় রেডি থাকবেই কারণ ওদের আছে পুষ্টি সমৃদ্ধ হরলিক্স যা বাচ্চার মানসিক ও শারীরিক বিকাশে সহায়তা করে। উদ্ভিদের বৃদ্ধিতে রেডি সবসময়।
এখন সাথে দুধযুক্ত নতুন হরলিক্স 3-in-1 পানি মিশিয়ে রেডি নিমেষে।
প্রাণ সসের মাখামাখি টেস্ট নুডলসকে করে তোলে আরো ইয়ামি আরো জোস। তাজা পাকা টমেটো আর সিক্রেট রেসিপি কম্বিনেশনে প্রাণ সসের বস। ভিটামিন সি আর গ্লিসারিনের সাথে নতুন লাক্স যা ত্বককে করে
4 for 13 was his best figure against the West Indies in Kingston in 2024.
Yeah, it was a 4 mention. And that is surprising not to see the batters using their feet. Once again, played from the crease, a bit of grip for the off spinner, and that worked. Not only for the off spinner, but for Bangladesh. They are in charge of this game.
Sure are, and got rid of the man who threatened. Now that's a nice little sweep. seems that the placement of the field has been excellent by Viton Kumar Das, and the bowlers are bowling to their field. It's very good to see the support given to the bowlers.
It's all about responding to the calls of the captain, and that's what we have seen throughout this evening. Apart from the first over, a couple of boundaries were scored, but he redeemed himself. A left-arm fast bowler, durable by picking up wicket. Outbound for Sam Mendes. Oh, inside edge. Very lucky. Very lucky. Oh, could have gone anywhere.
Could have gone anywhere for sure. Just backing away against the inside edge. And just rushing off his boot and deflecting away. He thought he had another one there. But his eyes, expectation. Loads one up, intelligent bowling. Cleverly mixing it up.
A lot of positive energy out there in the middle, shown by the Bangladeshis, and up for the challenge.
Contra going quickly, hardly any runs coming. Not allowing the batters to settle down. Now they're changing the field for the right-hander. Slip in position. John Marshall and his groups. Again, very tentative little pop. Not in absolute control.
Nervy times for these two batters out there in the middle. It's an arduous situation. Sweat. Running hard. But the ball is going to win. It's 73 for 5 Sri Lanka.
স্টেশন
শুধু ওয়েস্টার্ন ব্যাংক
দেখুন নতুন দাম বাউন্স রিটো নিজের বাউন্স দেখাও নতুন সানসিল্ক ক্রিম এতে আছে হাজারো ক্যারাটিন বুস্টার্স চুল দেখায় দ্বিগুণ ঘন আর বাউন্সি নিজের বাউন্স দেখাও সানসিল্ক ক্রিম আপনার প্রিয় কাপড়ের যত্নে এলো অ্যাজাইল সমৃদ্ধ অনেক সিলভার ওয়াশ ডিটারজেন্ট পাউডার যার পাওয়ারফুল ক্লিন ফর্মুলা আপনার কাপড়কে রাখে নতুনের মতো অনেক সিলভার ওয়াশ ডিটারজেন্ট পাউডার 500 গ্রাম মাত্র 70 টাকা A product of Remark. ভিটামিন সি আর গ্লিসারিনের সাথে নতুন লাক্স যা ত্বককে করে কোমল আর দেয় ব্রাইট গ্লো ট্রাই করুন লাক্স
বিকাশে পল্লী বিদ্যুৎ বিল বিলি প্রথমবার 20 টাকার অফার আজই বিল বিকাশ করুন এলো নতুন সার্ফেক্সেল টার্বোফিন টেকনোলজি যুক্ত যা 100 কঠিন দাগ দূর করে এক ধোয়াতে এখন নতুন মোড়কে বাংলাদেশ শ্রীলঙ্কা যন্ত্র
Oh, what a hit, that's six. Coming to Mendes, he loves that thing.
If they need a few of those, they need to break free, but it's quite a long walk for them. But a good ball shot. But that's the first six for Sri Lanka. Bowling to the pitch, coming to Mendes, loves it there. Didn't bounce as much. Perfectly done.
Done really well so far, Bangladesh. Oh, how about that? In the gap again, it's running away, Jafar Ali. Can't get there, so just the over. The Sri Lankans need it.
Yep, they need a big over. And they also need a partnership. At the moment, 17 of 11. Hamidu Mendes gets inside the line and that dipped on him. Beautifully done, those strong wrists working through the cricket.
First over win for 8. Six bowlers have been used and brilliant spell. He's bowled out. 4 for 11 for him. This will be another couple. The really good stuff from Hamidu Mendes. Sri Lanka's last nice pair, Rashad. Jeffrey Vendase at number 8. Really does not encourage fans. There's Manish Deekshana, Nuan Tushara, and Bigro Fernando. This is the pair needs to try and get Sri Lanka to that 141 to give the bowlers a chance or something to bowl at. There is a bit of grip in
you have to consider yourself in the game.
Yeah, it's about how much they will finally end up with. That's the question. But at the moment, I'm not sure whether they are even looking at the target. It's about batting for a little bit longer into the 13th over. This pair will want to kind of have a pace. Rasul Shanaka is someone who can score runs quickly, but he needs to get in. He's just in. He's made 5 of 6. So as you said, this will have to be the decisive partnership.
The biggest partnership of the innings for Sri Lanka.
20 of 13. But what a flyer they were off to. First 5 balls, they were on to 14 with Pratami Sanka and Kusal Mendis cracking the ball through the covers. 6th delivery, the wicket fell. Longer boundaries, Roshan. It's not easy to clear, and that seems to be causing a bit of a problem. There's that first over. 14 off it and a wicket. Here again, 14 off it. There's one ball. Will be 15, so it becomes the biggest over of the innings so far. 13 bowled, 88 for 5.
রিয়ার সাথে লাঞ্চ হাত ধুয়েছিস? আমাদের পুরো 2 মিনিট হাত ধুতে হবে, না হলে জীবাণু থেকে যাবে। ধুতে থাকো, ধুতে। হ্যাঁ বান্টি, তোরটা আবার স্লো নাকি রে?
নতুন লাইফ বয় সুপার ফাস্ট হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ এখন আরো উন্নত ফর্মুলা 10 সেকেন্ডে দেয় জীবাণুর বিরুদ্ধে শক্তিশালী সুরক্ষা। রুই মাছ ভাজা, কিন্তু এই তেল চর্বি একবার ধুলে পরিষ্কার হবে না। তাহলে একবার আমি ধুয়ে দিচ্ছি আর একবার তুমি।
ডান। নতুন গ্রিন লিকুইডে আছে 100 শক্তি, যা মাছ মাংসের কঠিন তেল চর্বি পরিষ্কার করে 1 ড্রপে।
এবার তুমি।
আরে তেল চিটচিটে ভাব গায়ে।
বাংলাদেশ শ্রীলঙ্কার জমজমাট লড়াই চলবে মাঠে, আর খেলা লাইভ স্ট্রিম করুন আপনার মোবাইল, ওয়েব কিংবা ট্যাব। আজই ডাউনলোড করুন আকাশগো কম্পানিয়ন অ্যাপ অথবা ভিজিট করুন আকাশগো ওয়েবসাইটে।
Gone! He gets a wicket! That was a sharp catch, and it's Saqib who plucks it out of the air. Well, outstanding stuff by Bangladesh, but I can tell you that nothing seemed to be going right for Sri Lanka. For a moment, I think Kamidu Mendis would have thought that he got the middle of the bat. Sharp chance, as you said. Just needed a bit of elevation. Didn't have it. Kamidu Mendis, after a promising 21, out, caught by...
কি সাবানের থেকে আলাদা? জানতে যা ফেস টেস্ট ট্রাই করুন। আপনার সাবান আর ডাভ নিন। একদিকে সাবান দিন আর অন্যদিকে ডাভ। সাবানের দিকটা রুক্ষ লাগে, কারণ সাবান ত্বককে রুক্ষ করে দেয়। ডাভের দিকটা নরম ও কোমল, কারণ ডাভ সাবানের থেকে আলাদা। এর 1/4 ময়েশ্চারাইজিং ক্রিম দেয় নরম, কোমল ও উজ্জ্বল ত্বক। তফাৎটা বুঝতে আজই ডাভ ব্যবহার করুন।
বিজলি কেবলস যে কোনো স্থাপনার বৈদ্যুতিক সংযোগকে রাখে নিরাপদ। স্কিন কোটেড ইনসুলেশন সম্পূর্ণ ফায়ার রিটার্ডেন্ট, তাই বিজলি কেবলস নিজেই নিজেকে নেভায়।
নিরাপদ আজীবন।
আমি তো টাকা রাখি, কিন্তু আবার উঠেই খাই ফেলাই। তারপর ভিডিও দেখে একটা সেভিংস অ্যাকাউন্ট করে ফেললাম। বিকাশের মাধ্যমেই আমি টাকাটা ব্যাংকে জমাচ্ছি।
বিকাশ ডিপিএস, টাকা জমায় সারা দেশ।
নতুন ক্লোজার তোমাকে দেয় 6 গুণ বেশি ফ্রেশনেস। এখন ট্রিপল ফ্রেশ ফর্মুলার সাথে মুখের কোনায় কোনায় পরিষ্কার করে, জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা দেয়, 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস।
Straight away, that could be 4. Taking good fielding, getting quick across the grass as well.
Well, the idea is right. Try and put pressure on that extra bowler, Shamim.
It's hard.
Very full, I think that's why he couldn't get underneath it.
Good sharp catch, good anticipation, watched it, two-handed. You need a little bit of sense from Jeffrey Van der Sar, because he knows that Rasul Shanaka at the other end can. He bats deep and bats long. Sri Lanka can still have something reasonable on the board.
18 over 141 from here. This field beautiful it was.
Well, I can tell you what, Bangladesh has been outstanding today, and everything they seem to touch as bowlers have turned gold. But everything they've done have come good. Sheikh Mehdi has been outstanding. Now you see the off-spinner, Shamim getting a wicket, Sharifu getting that important wicket in the very first over. Well, that's the reaction of the crowd. They're obviously very disappointed. Got to be the gap. There should be two here. Oh, Van der Sar doesn't want it.
Luckily he called early. Whatever runs Van der Sar helps Dasun Shana to make from here. Will help him bowl. You need runs on the board. Get out there and maybe spin a web around the opposition. The last 5 years, T20 internationals played. Batting first has won only twice. Batting second 9 times. Mentioned the night matches, we mentioned the decision. But have gone against history's matches.
দেখুন নতুন গান বাউন্স ক্রিয়েট করো নিজের বাউন্স দেখাও নতুন সানসিল্ক ক্রিম এতে আছে হাজারো ক্যারাটিন বুস্টার্স চুল দেখায় দ্বিগুণ ঘন আর বাউন্সি নিজের বাউন্স দেখাও সানসিল্ক পিঙ্ক ভিটামিন সি আর গ্লিসারিনের সাথে নতুন লাক্স যা ত্বককে করে কোমল আর দেয় ব্রাইট গ্লো ট্রাই করো লাক্স
আরেকটা এস ডাবলার পাইপি মাথায় যা বলে তাই দেয় না দেখে ঠকবেন না আরেকটা ছাড়া
চঞ্চল ভাই
দেখা যাচ্ছে না বলে নেই নাকি পানিতে থাকা আয়রন ও সীসা কোটালেও যায় না দেখাও যায় না পিউরিফ্লাসে দূর করে ভাইরাস ব্যাকটেরিয়া এবং নতুন যুগের দূষণ
in place.
I think in this match, Rishad Hussain, Bangladesh has won a really quality player. Love the pacey balls, excellent areas, pushes it quickly, never easy to get to him, and also gets a lot of turn, a lot of ribs on the ball. He's conceded 17 so far, but I think it's very impressive. Even the way he bowled in Kabul was so good. Somebody who can win a lot of games for Bangladesh, that's for sure. A good wrist spinner,
Always valuable. Oh, it's fast. Yajan, he gets it to turn at pace. Most wickets in T20I since 2024. Actually, overall, in fact. Sharp turn. He's a tall lad and he bowls it into the pitch.
the umpire directive. We have a referee for us jumping. I check the thing, it's a delivery, it's a guessing. Okay, put it broken. The leads are broken. I have the leash for the jack squeeze.
ওইদিকে লাইট চলছে
And the six still there. Oh, Rishabh,
হবে না
Hussain has 44 wickets at 14.9. Arshdeep Singh of India is in second place. Hassananga 40 wickets each. The average is of course slightly better. They've played less games than Hussain.
Like the pacey balls. His slowest delivery has been in the mid-80s, 86, but generally quick, 89, 90, and turns it quickly, as you said. Also gets that dip. You saw two batters, he dragged forward and beat.
Batted second, Warning Pandey batted second, lost. That's a flat roll out for 94. Change of plans here. So far, not going too well. They've gone against the history of RK Srinivasa Stadium as well. Two singles to end the 15th. Sri Lanka are 94 for 6.
তুমি চাইলে সব পারবে। একজন মাই তার মেয়েকে সম্পূর্ণভাবে মজবুত করে তোলে আর অ্যালোভেরা ও মিল্ক প্রোটিনযুক্ত লাইফ বয় শ্যাম্পু চুল করে ন্যাচারালি স্ট্রং। নতুন লাইফ বয় শ্যাম্পু মাত্র 2 টাকায়।
খেতেও ভালো চকলেট পিনাট ক্যারামেল ও নোগাটের দারুণ কম্বিনেশন এলো সিক্সার্স চকলেট কোটেড বার ওটাই নাকি
1 বছরের টাকা কাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিল দিয়ে ধোয়া যে ব্রাইট লাভ টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ ফাস্ট দেয় দ্বিগুণ জলতা। নতুন ফ্লোরিডা তোমাকে দেয় 6 গুণ বেশি ফ্রেশনেস। এখন ট্রিপল ফ্রেশ ফর্মুলার সাথে মুখের কোনায় কোনায় পরিষ্কার করে জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা দেয় 22 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস। চঞ্চল
ছেলে বলে নেই নাকি পানিতে থাকা আয়রন ওটালেও যায় না দেখাও যায় না।
ফ্লোরিড প্লাসে দূর করে ভাইরাস ব্যাকটেরিয়া এবং নতুন যুগের দূষণ।
Just one about the Bangladesh to Sri Lanka. I think Bangladesh will take a lot of heart out of the way they have played. Their first tested goal, I think they dominated Sri Lanka. They were in front. And even in the ODI series, they fought really hard. The second ODI to beat Sri Lanka. And they drew level and then lost the third game badly. But here again, after being defeated quite comprehensively in the first game, come back and win by 83 runs shows a lot of credit and heart on the part of the Bangladesh side. So a lot of credit to them.
Three fielders in the deep of the leg side for Dasun Shanaka. Third man and the deep point. Got that in the gap, has he? That's the one. Bangladesh believe. You can see the energy, you can see the fielders. The speed across the grass.
See, this is where Dasun Shanaka needs to show leadership. He's in the side for his experience. 9 of 10, he hasn't really opened up, but he has the capacity, he has the credentials to do that.
Sure has long levers. But in a situation like this, he needs a partnership. He needs Bandase as well to support him, do this type of thing, not keep the gaps, get the ones, twos. Bandase is now 6 of 11. Actually, he can't afford that. He's got to try and be a runner ball. That's how you wrestle back that initiative.
Anderson's role is very, very clear. It's not about looking for boundaries or sixers, it's about rotating it. Let Dasun Shanaka, this is from a Sri Lankan point of view, take the maximum amount of balls. That has to be the plan. And as you said, 6 of 11 is not a good return. Say a runner ball would be perfect.
Massive 4 overs for both teams. 142, I think we'll have a game on our hands looking at how the ball's turning. That got its wide, that was for poor delivery. Chanaka making his move, takes Sri Lanka past 100.
Yeah, he could do that. That's his experience. It's something for the crowd to cheer because they've been very, very silent watching wickets falling at the other end. Face off, Dasun Shanaka just waiting for him, helping him. Cleverly done. Knew exactly where the fielders were. And look at how he rolls his wrists and gets it behind square leg.
And look at where Zafar Ali is as well. He's in on the one. A slightly attacking mindset from Vikram Kumar Dutt, which is also helping Bangladesh push at the moment. Who's been most expensive of the bowlers, Tanzim as well, the 2 fast bowlers. 4 overs remaining, Mustafizur has 2, there's enough from the spinners remaining. I say that Rishad has 1, Akwari has 2. He can go anywhere he wishes for those options written. That was quick, really well bowled. 101 for 6.
গোসল করবো না পচা বোরিং সাবান
জুনিয়র ক্যাচ এবার গোসল হবে আরো রিফ্রেশ
ছোট তো পবিত্রতার জন্য গোসল করেছেন, কিন্তু আপনার গোসলের সাবানটি হালাল ছিল তো? একনল সোপ, দেশের নাম্বার 1 হালাল অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল সোপ।
এখন ধুলাবালি জীবাণু ঘাম ক্লিন বোল
A product of Remark. সফল হতে চাও তো রোদে বের হও। গ্লো থাকে একই প্রখর রোদেও। গ্লো এর লাভলি সিরাম ক্রিম এর মাল্টিভিটামিন সিরাম ত্বকের 3 স্তর গভীরে যায় আর দেয় 40% বেশি উজ্জ্বলতা। বেরিয়ে পড়ো নিজের পরিচয় গড়ে। গ্লো এর লাভলি সিরাম ক্রিম।
রুই মাছ ভাজা, কিন্তু এই তেল চর্বি একবার ধুলে পরিষ্কার হবে না, তাহলে একবার আমি ধুয়ে দিচ্ছি আর এবার তুমি।
নতুন ইঙ্গিত করে আছে 100 যা মাছ মাংসের কঠিন তেল চর্বি পরিষ্কার করে 100।
এবার তুমি।
আরে তেল চিটচিটে ভাব গায়ে
যাই
It's going to be a very, very crucial time for both the teams. Sri Lanka desperately in search of a good finish. Need to step on the gas. Bangladesh would dearly love a wicket, break this partnership. It's been a tussle right from the word go. Bangladesh dominating so far, checking the run rate to just 6.25. If someone can surprise the batters, it is this man.
How often do we see the 17th over of innings beat inside as a sitting place? That's how well Bangladesh dominated this game. On the other hand, Sri Lanka will be hoping that there's some shine at the backs of the remaining overs. All those pitches isn't that easy straight away for a batter. And the word go to be attacking the mindset. That's something that the players back in the batter really have to check as well. But overall, taking nothing away from the one on this side.
And also, just watching Liton Kumar Das, just prior to that ball being bowled, the manner in which he's marshaled his troops today has been exemplary. He's read the game well, he's realized that he needs, look at the little fine-tuning, he keeps on doing virtually every delivery. Sent fielder a deep to the boundary, there's a deep fine leg for Shariful. That's another good bounce against an appeal. Not full-throated, I think. Not quite sure. He's asking around.
He's confident. He's waiting for someone to give him his confidence to go upstairs. But yeah, at the last 3 seconds, he goes upstairs to Liton.
The umpire director, we have a clear reason for what behind. Not the decision out. If the team is fairly with you, to start the contest. Is it coming up? Okay. Here's a pass. That give me the update is confirmed with the backing over. Okay. Hold it. Hold it pass. Good way. Yeah, the flat line in the ball passes for that. Confirm more that the ball to be lost in after running. Can stay with your original position or not out and let me know when you're on the screen. Stand by. You're on screen, ready? You can make a signal.
Yeah, that was a review taken. I think Liton Das himself was not sure. Then he asked a couple of the other fielders. No one seemed to be sure. But they said, we've got two, so why not try and use one? Maybe there will be a little bit of a flicker on that ultra edge. Not there.
Just on Liton Kumar Das, ever since he got dropped for the second and third ODI, and also failed in the Palakale first T20, look, son is a different player. The way he got it, I mean, the way he led his side, and even today, has marshaled his troops really well. And getting Sheikh Mehdi into the side in case of Mundis and Virat, you mentioned about a lot of eyebrows
he racing around the back panel they set up. And that, I think, would have been a big call by the captain himself.
And what a call. What a return this man has given Bangladesh. Gold his best figures. T20 international slip in position. Oh, down. How about it? Down the throw. That's the one. He set him up so very nicely. Enticed him to go for a ducking shot. And it was really a simple catch taken. Another one bites the dust.
We don't see much often in T20 cricket, 17th over, sweeping plays, and 5 fielders in the circle. That is so good captaincy and excellent bowling by Mustafiz. Slow ball into the pitch, enough grip, enough bounce to fox Jeffrey Van der Seyde. He's gone for 7. Sri Lanka in trouble. And then 3 for 7.
অ্যাটাক মাস্টার আজকে কোথায়?
ওকেই অশোক অ্যাটাক করেছে।
এদের খেলাটা যেন থেমে না যায়, এজন্য নতুন লাইফ ওয়াশ এর জীবাণু নির্মূলকারী ভিটামিনযুক্ত ফর্মুলা দেয় জীবাণুর বিরুদ্ধে 100% শক্তিশালী সুরক্ষা।
বছরের প্রথমে একটা বাচ্চাদের জন্য একটা বড় অ্যামাউন্ট লাগে, ঠিক করলাম আমরা একটা ডিপিএস করি এবং বিকাশে এটা খোলার কারণ হচ্ছে কি বেশি হ্যাজেল নেই।
দশে তো ডিপিএস টাকা জমায় সারা দেশ।
তুমি চাইলেই সব পারবে। একজন মা তার মেয়েকে সম্পূর্ণভাবে মজবুত করে তোলে আর অ্যালোভেরা ও মিল্ক প্রোটিন যুক্ত লাইফ বয় শ্যাম্পু চুল করে ন্যাচারালি স্ট্রং। নতুন লাইফ বয় শ্যাম্পু মাত্র 2 টাকায়।
আগে থেকে যাস
এলো নতুন সার্ফ এক্সেল টর্বোক্লিন টেকনোলজি যুক্ত, যা 100 কঠিন দাগ দূর করে এক ধোয়াতে। এখন নতুন মার্কে
Ashim Shanaka. Rashad. Coming over. He tries to sweep. Not very confidently.
Jeffrey Van der Seyde, he was tempted because mid-on, asking the circle. Nowhere near the middle of the bat. And that was a dominant excellent off by Bangladesh. But he's using all his experience. This guy, excellent.
Oh, now. That was unusual looking shot. A little swivel round. Didn't go full swing at that one.
Was it a sweet pull? This guy was sweep the ball, let for a shot, and all of a sudden went for a full shot. But in the end, managed to get a single. Takes you at number 9. It's promising when it comes to the average, but Sri Lanka will be hoping the next 16 years or so he hangs around, gives support to Kasum Shanaka, and hope that Kasum Shanaka can hit Dr. Lusty blows and try and get them to 135, 140.
Oh, another beauty. Just pitching outside the line of Armstrong, getting that purchase and evading the bat. They're all uncomfortable in the middle, and the spectators here.
And Little Kumar still on the attack with a zip in place. Oh, that turned wide. Oh, beauty. This is excellent stuff by Rashad Hussain. In for his last over. No wickets to show, but he has bowled so well.
Yeah, he's complimented his partners at the other end with accurate bowling like this. Just going at 5.18. Kept the pressure up, allowed the other bowlers to reap benefits. And another dot ball, it continues. And the misery continues for Sri Lanka. They have not really been able to just get themselves out of this problem that came early in the innings. The repetition of what happened in the previous game. Just staggering through for a single to finish the 18th over. It's 105 for 7.
স্টেশন
শুধু ওয়েস্টার্ন ব্যান্ড
দেখুন নতুন গান বাউন্স নৃত্য নিজের বাউন্স অ্যাকাউন্ট নতুন সার্সেল ক্রিম এতে আছে হাজারো ক্রিয়েটিভ বুস্টার্স চুল দেখায় দ্বিগুণ ঘন আর বাউন্স
এলো নতুন সার্ফ এক্সেল টর্বোক্লিন টেকনোলজি যুক্ত, যা 100 কঠিন দাগ দূর করে এক ধোয়াতে। এখন নতুন মার্কে
ভিটামিন সি আর গ্লিসারিনের সাথে নতুন লাক্স, যা ত্বককে করে কোমল আর দেয় ব্রাইট গ্লো। ট্রাই করুন লাক্স। নতুন ক্লোজআপ তোমাকে দেয় 6 গুণ বেশি ফ্রেশনেস। এখন ট্রিপল ফ্রেশ ফর্মুলার সাথে মুখের কোনায় কোনায় পরিষ্কার করে, জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা দেয়, 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস। 1 বছরের তখন বসে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিলে ধোয়া যে টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিল ফাস্ট দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
Excellent stuff.
Into the 19th over. He's operating with a nice slipping place. This is excellent as far as I'm concerned. Balichon Kumar does. Trying to bowl the Sri Lankan side out.
And the Sri Lankans will try to survive, get as many runs as they can, and stay to 20 overs.
Just on how well the spinners are bowled, Shamim. Trump mainly, as well as Vishal Hussain, Shamim Hussain. Between them, they have bowled 10 overs, picked up 5 outs, and only given away 41 runs. That's where the game has been turned massively towards one side. Also the way Vijay Kumar does handle the spinners, which batsmen will be from the wicket's end. These are little things got to admire.
All over the place. Just bouncing in front. Maybe the fielder not quite sure whether it was going to come to him. He just waited. Got it early. Didn't quite make it.
Let me tell you why Vasan Chana came down the track. He's trying to get the ball full as possible to go downtown. With mid off both in the circle. He's wanting something full to go over the top. When a deal finally.
That's the thing you're talking about. Did it hit the helmet or the back of the bat? Not quite sure.
I think back of the helmet. Lankan physio Sanjeev Gramagi got to come out. That was flush to the helmet. That was a good bouncer by Fitz. It was quick. Oh yes. It was right on the money by Fitz. Into the 19th over. English does have a good plan and they're executing it pretty perfectly with Dasun Chan looking for something full, not getting anything full. Sanjeev Gramagi, even though the concussion test.
Yes, they'll have to go through that, and it was quite a nippy delivery from Mustafizur Rahman, 131 clicks, almost 132. Well, it has been rather disconsolate for Sri Lanka, losing the wickets from the very first ball, trying to flip it away after the 2 boundaries were taken in the deep, and straight away Shariful into the action. And the wickets kept on coming out. Off foot forward, and spinner Chapman is struck. He was trying to hoik it out of the ground, got a big part of the man, and covered it up darkly. This was excellent bowling.
Charita Salaka played with the 1-inch thought, going with the arm, turned a little bit, castled it, thought dismissal of Fatou Nisanga after scoring 46. Good catch off his own bowling by Sheikh Mehdi. Superman is trying to break free, play for the reverse sweep, but got some elevation that will be a different story. And the last wicket. If you say, trying to go mid off, with Mustafa is using all his experience, only those cutters into the pitch, counting for his first wicket. Seems like we are good. Mustafa is into the 19th over, slipping place to my station.
Oh, really tied him up. Just an outward bounce into his body.
Into the ribcage of my station. He was surprised with pace and bounce. He did the deck card. Oh yes. Even before my station, boom, straight to the glove and to the ribcage. Sri Lankans have to do something brilliant to win this game. The lowest they have defended is 119 after 2014 against New Zealand in the World Cup in Bangladesh. They could come up with something brilliant in this series 2-1.
Bangladesh have got to keep on exerting the pressure continuously and allow them to do that. Once again, maybe not as well timed, but precious runs here for the taking. A couple of them.
And for Bangladesh, history can be created, isn't it? First time winning a bilateral series against Sri Lanka. Great things are going on at the moment. This
don't play as far as I'm concerned. But this pitch, sort of things that you're playing on, anything is possible. That's what I'm pretty sure Sri Lanka will be getting a champion out as well as the great coach Jayasuri will be saying. On the other hand, with Bangladesh coming into bat, if they have a first good power play in the 6 overs, I reckon it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, what Bangladesh have done is replicated what they did in Bambula when they had Sri Lanka as far as border, did not allow them to come out of the control they had. They've done similar kind of thing here. Once again, missed one, but another run finished it over. Just the 5 runs from the 19, 110 for 7.
কি সাবানের থেকে আলাদা জানতে দ্য ফিট টেস্ট ট্রাই করুন। আপনার সাবান আর ডাভ নিন, একদিকে সাবান দিন আর অন্যদিকে ডাভ। সাবানের দিকটা রুক্ষ লাগে কারণ সাবান ত্বককে রুক্ষ করে দেয়। ডাভের দিকটা নরম ও কোমল কারণ ডাভ সাবানের থেকে আলাদা। এর 1/4 ময়েশ্চারাইজিং ক্রিম দেয় নরম, কোমল ও উজ্জ্বল ত্বক। তফাৎটা বুঝতে আজই ডাভ ব্যবহার করুন। তুমি চাইলে সব পারবে। একজন মা তার মেয়েকে সম্পূর্ণভাবে মজবুত করে তোলে আর অ্যালোভেরা ও মিল্ক প্রোটিনযুক্ত লাইফ বয় শ্যাম্পু চুল করে ন্যাচারালি স্ট্রং। নতুন লাইফ বয় শ্যাম্পু মাত্র 2 টাকায়। 1 বছরে এটা প্রকাশে আর তোরটা এখনো নতুন। এটা রিয়েলি হওয়া যে ব্রাইট লাভ টেকনোলজি সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিয়েল অ্যাডভান্সড দেয় দ্বিগুণ উজ্জ্বলতা।
The last over, it's going to be Shoriful Islam. It's a big just over. Going to be someone going across and just making sure it's not more than 1 run. Good thinking on the part of Shoriful.
Good thing on the part of Sri Lanka as well, that's what China will be taking the strike. Easily would have gone for the second run. I think this is the right move. 5 balls remaining. Nasul China has the best potential to play the boundary. And he's getting to back in the 11th over. What he's faced so far 20 years shows how well Bangladesh have put the brakes on the other players and the batters.
Rahman, something's got to give. He has to throw caution to the wind. He has to take risks. This cannot die wandering. You just swing the bat. Maybe get an edge, go somewhere, maybe the middle of the bat. Just not be positive. Oh, now that's what was expected. And that's what he has achieved. Short, wide, and it got punished.
Sitting deep in his crease, expecting a slow ball bouncer. I thought that's what Chanaka brings in the boundary after 21 deliveries. Almost foxed him with a slow ball. But Dasun Chanaka did really well. He was holding his post, keeping a good pace. It's all about having a good pace, standing in the death overs, opening up the offside of the onside. And Dasun Chanaka, he can do it.
And Shariful has got to stay calm. He cannot afford that boundary to affect some discipline bowling that he has shown. He might have been more expensive than the others. Started off with the first wicket, he'd love to finish his 4 overs and take it with another wicket. Some cheer in the crowd now. Oh, pick that up. He's got plenty of eyes. That is a super little strike. Just a little
The second tier. All 4 fielders in the left side, saving the boundary. And that cleared pretty easily. Just get onto the mat. And that was a good hit, especially again, it's about the base. We all know Dasun Chanaka quite strong, he can hit the long ball. In this kind of a surge, you need a batter spending some time in the middle. When he does that, when he hits it, it stays it. Change the angle again by Shoriful Islam, coming over the wicket now. The 2 fielders was behind square, the leg side comes into the circle. The 2 more fielders from the outside, the off stump has gone for the boundary.
Pushing runs.
সুন্দর শট।
This is excellent from Chanaka. He's taking the chance and he's forced the ball to move all over the place.
Yeah, very well done from Chanaka. Short on turning place. He probably wanted initially to go over short fine leg, and he realized the ball was there outside the off stump and scoops it over. Excellent.
Not all about number of top as a Tasman Shanaka. It's about being cheeky, being smart, identifying boundary areas. And this is exactly what Sri Lanka needed to change the momentum going into the break.
Yes, going to be a wide, I think, kick right over the break. And will give it as a wide. Touch and go on that occasion. From a 16-run over already, and this is the highest runs in this inning so far for Sri Lanka in an over.
Goal score. I thought Ruchira Pandey will got it right. If Tasman Shanaka had moved one step to the other side, would have been not right. On this occasion, Tasman held his course. He was on the middle stump. A good decision by Ruchira.
Boy, বেশি এইটাই তো সমস্যা কি বলতেছে দেখো দিন লাস্টে এসে
Is it me or the people? You'll find me in the crowd. Wow, let me tell you this, Chaudhary. I've played on cricket at the outfield. I've never seen a ball be hit that far.
জামান দিন চাকরি আসতে আসতে লাস্টে এসে একবার এসে
2-meter monster by Tasman Shanaka. And this was a nothing delivery by Shariful Islam. Neither it was a slow ball bouncer, neither it was pace on. And we saw the first one.
একটা হাফ বল দিয়ে একবারই
Second over square leg
ব্যাট
into the second
থেকে
tier. Cheeky over third man. And the best. Oh, that went long. How the stadium goes.
Right from the time he's given this drive on the first ball, he has been in roaring mode. And for the Sri Lankan innings, that will lift the spirits. 132 and a delivery to come. Bangladesh will be hoping that they can just check that last ball, get him to very get a run or a dot ball. He is under tremendous pressure to show for Islam. What can he come up with? Again, that's not given as a wide, and that is over, and that is the end of the innings. 132 for 7 is what Sri Lanka can muster, but what a big over. 22 runs coming off that 20th over.
It was very close to be called a wide. Almost similar, but this occasion to Sri Lanka, the benefit he give it to the bowler. Nevertheless, Tasman Shanaka, exactly what Sri Lanka needed. Some sort of emphasis to finish off the innings with some momentum going into the break, which Sri Lanka will be quite happy to end up at 130 for 7, considering the halfway mark. They were close, not even close to being
Last over, 22. Might have made the difference. Well, there will be much relief from the situation they were in early on. They're struggling to get the runs, and the Bangladeshi bowlers were really on top. Atam Nisankar promised a lot, and he looked to be really in a controlling mood and a dominant position, but he went for 46, and then Kaminda Mendes for 21. But this was Shanaka who really turned things around and gives some hope. Certainly, Tasman Shanaka in 35 not out. Bowling for the Bangladeshi side, the spinners did really well. Chuck Mehdi 4 for 11, as well as Tushar, 3 seamers. Finally, Shariful and Tanzim went for some runs, but overall I thought the Bangladesh bowling attack did quite well. That is indeed, and they'll be needing 123 for a win here in the 20 overs. Well, we'll come back and see how they do in a short while.
হিসাব খাইনি আমার ভালো লাগে না প্রতিদিন খাই
এত বার মা গুলো কি আছে